and back on him when you're done.
You want me to put him on at least in the barns?
Yeah, and I'll help you with one more. So, I drive out here, and Fortunado. Look, I'm still in my house shoes.
Me too. My fish shoes.
This will help him so much. Like, he's like, I love cookies. Cookies are my favorite. That'll help him more than anything. Did you, Hi, Skeet. Hi, Skeet. You're so bad. My sweet girl. It's clean in here. Yeah. All right, you guys. So, hello, everybody. So I actually have quite a bit to say here shortly. I came out here to kind of, actually, Elizabeth, like this horse right here, and, I hate it because it, like, make sure he gets a blanket back on before you put him back up. Okay. And the sorrel horse at the very end.
Over there?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, and then these two. The ones that were body clipped. These two. Yep. And then we probably need to put Riker in a stall down here, but tomorrow we'll kind of move some stuff around. Dara said she'll be here on Wednesday.
What's today?
Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll give them tomorrow to kind of get their stuff together, and I will tell you, she's good about this. Like, she loves the horses. Do you know what I mean? You got me too. You're like, I just got back from the hospital again, and they told her that she basically has a second variant of COVID with types of flu. Do you want to put the loops on her? Yeah. I mean, you can, just so you know. He can be on the TheraPlate a little longer than he has to be. Look how good he looks. Like, his eyes are so bright and shiny.
Yeah, I went out there and I was like, hey, buddy, come on, let's go.
You were like, let's. Dude, he walked down here really good, huh?
He walked down here fine. When I brought her down here first when I went back to go get him.
Yeah?
He was already up and, like, he was ready to go, like, putting his nose in the halter, like, come on.
Yeah, he likes to go do stuff. All right, you guys, please send stars. I guess there's a star party.
Yeah.
Elizabeth is learning how to work the therapy equipment for those who need it. And this mare's trying to gain weight, actually. She was never, like, she had, like, a belly, but no weight. So then when we wormed her, we worm everything when they sell. Yeah. But that leg is looking better. We're going to have to rewrap it tomorrow. But
she's walking way better. Way better.
Yeah, she's walking way better. You can move it up on her shoulders, too. That'll get that gauss down in that leg. Yeah. So anyway, Elizabeth was not asked to do this. I showed up and she was doing it. So I am not going to complain that she's out here at night doing work. I showed up and was like, what are you doing? Clearly she's doing therapy. So Fortunado, he'll get his blankie back on. But just this little mare. Elizabeth just needs for us to pray for her. She's got like a double variant of COVID. I mean, it's kind of a lot going on. Look at him. He's like, she does love the horses. That's part of it. And you know what? Brandon's mom is coming back Wednesday, Dara, and she's going to help me mail everything, and she'll be able to watch Tinley, and we can have a lot. I really came out here because whenever you told me that, I was like, I'm just going to go help her. And then I get here and I thought you were just like going to get him up. So Fortunato was like laying down and he got up and was like sitting like a dog. But apparently when you went in there, it was not a thing. So she wasn't sure. I think she has never been around a horse that colics or something. So she called me and she was like, I don't know what he's doing. He's like sitting like a dog.
No, he was like this, Dad.
You were like, what's he doing? Can you get up? So he was sitting dog fashioned. So I drove all the way out here, you guys. And I don't know, do we have a star party going on or no?
She's gonna be a big
Aaron,
size, right?
yeah. She's probably a 74. Yeah, it's all right. I'll help you here in a second. The flu and COVID variant is called Fluvid. That's right.
That's
Fluvid.
a fucking thing.
Yeah,
I thought you were like fucking around.
No, it's a real
life.
thing. Yeah, when you told me your symptoms and stuff, I knew. She went back to the doctor today and he was like, you have a variant of COVID, basically flu symptoms. It's called Fluvid. And Jess has it and Brandon had it. So I'm not, yeah. All right, you guys, please, where are we at on the star party? How many minutes and how many stars do we need? Let's try super hard to get this star party taken care of so that we can kick ass, take names. And then I'm going to have a little conversation with you guys in my car because I've been getting some weird criticism that I kind of want, I want to discuss. Like,
What size is that box?
that's probably a little, that's a 78. That would work. Yep, that'll work for the big mare. And then this one right here can work for the little mare.
Which one?
Yeah, the Azteca one. All right, you guys. Thank you so much that you guys got it. So a couple things that I want to say is okay, everybody here works much harder than what anybody sees on camera. I think Elizabeth can testify to that, is that she will testify. We all work much harder than anybody sees on camera, me included. I think that it's easy for people to say things like, oh, Tara never does any of the physical work. Well, not when I'm videoing, but when I'm not videoing, I work hard. My staff normally are compromised of people that have a ton of love for the horses, and we try to avoid people that do it for the money. When it becomes very apparent that you're just here doing this job for the paycheck, you're not who we're looking for in our staff. So I'm going to restaff now and again. Like, you'll see a person come and go, you'll see me rehire, and that's okay. And it's not something that we want to have to discuss, but something I want to talk about are people that have big opinions on what we do here. I just told somebody earlier, like, there is zero reward. Let me check on Tinley. She was being super upset a minute ago. Oh, hi, baby. Did you hear me coming back? Come on. Oh, hi. Are you staying warm in here? You want mommy's other phone? You want my other phone? Oh. Oh. I made her so sad, you guys. Hang on. We are going to shut this door. The window is down, so if she had been crying, we would have heard her. She's just doing that little fake hoo-hoo-hoo. Okay, baby. Gotta turn the light on anyway. Okay. Because it's 38 degrees and we are not dressed to be... Oh, Papa. That fixes everything. So what I told this person basically is, the reason that I am really passionate about these rehabilitation projects is because I really, really want for you guys to see these new restorative therapies. There's a ton, this person was like, you are making horses suffer at your hands, keeping them alive when they need to just be euthanized. Talking about not only the Bay Thoroughbred, but also the Dun barrel horse. Yes, Dr. Hanlon said that the stifle was basically on the verge of being bone on bone, that there was very little cartilage left, but there is still some cartilage. So my staff and I are dedicated to basically discussing the advancements in... Okay, you don't pee in your seat in just a second. We'll go pee in the barn, okay? Okay, hold it just a minute. Good job. So basically what I'm trying to tell you guys is that this person is the reason we're doing this live. It's why when I make that fundraiser, and I just desperately need everybody to pitch in for this, because people like that need to be shown that there are advancements. Like, she's wanting basically to tell me that I need to euthanize two very viable horses. And I did crack a joke. I was like, this is JT Livestock, not Horse Authorities or Horse Humane Plus or whatever. What's it called? And she was like, that's not a funny joke, and I'm going to screenshot them. You said that. And I'm like, well, I'm not buying horses to euthanize them and put them in my crematory. So, like, that's not what we do here. And I was, like, laughing. She didn't think my joke was funny. But let's fast forward. The reason I'm passionate about this is because people like that need to be educated. She keeps saying, well, I don't see any universities that have any scientific study and proof on Renovo or ProStride. And I told her, it is not my responsibility to sit down and do the Google search for you. It is not my responsibility to sit down and like educate you like on what universities. My job is to stay up on the latest therapy and the latest like advancements in veterinary science, because I have horses here that their life depends on me knowing the very latest, greatest technology that's out there between therapy equipment. I don't have these modalities for my personal horses. My personal horses are extremely sound because I do such drastic preventative measures. And I'm telling you that when I tell you an ounce of prevention is worth 10 pounds of cure, I mean it. So I do PEMF and I do TheraPlate sessions on my horses to help with bone density, with muscle recovery. We have a Thermatex to get the lactic acid out of the muscles. I obviously don't compete as much as I would like to. We had joined an association this year called the Kathy Productions, but with the coronavirus going around and the weather, the first 2 shows were canceled, but we are going to go run barrels this year on my horses, and that's a great thing. We have some horses here we're rehabbing. But the reason I don't have unsound horses is because of the prevention that we do. So what we need to do is to fast forward and to remember that it is very important, you guys, it's very important to remember that this ounce of prevention is worth 1 pound of cure. I'm going to dedicate a lot of time this year teaching you guys how to prevent a lot of injuries, how to prevent things. And then she's like, you couldn't even prevent that good Marine's horse from getting hurt. Shame on you. What is it?
Can I use this one on the fortune teller? Fortunato?
Fortunado has a blanket down there in front of his stall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has a blanket. Okay, sorry, we're just trying to get the blankets on the horses that are inside. The outside horses were done, but the inside horses, the barns are warmer than the outside, so they're just now getting blanketed. They got unblanketed today because it got almost 58 degrees. So while I do want to teach people about any kind of anything preventative, okay, yes, Ashton, if you're getting a PEMF machine, please reach out to me because I'll give you Mary's phone number. I would order a Sozo unless you really thought you wanted to do some more drastic type therapy, and then I probably would step up to an Apollo. I have an Apollo. I prefer it. It is bigger than the Sozo. They're very similar, but mine does have a little more Gauss, and I do prefer mine. I have had my hands on both.
I'm hungry.
Okay, we just ate, but we're 3 years old, so this is why Jacob is a little bit frustrated with her being on camera. Not because she does anything wrong, but there's just people out there that'll be like, oh, that child needed to pee and she said she was hungry, and when Tara walked to the car she was crying, and the truth is the window was down, so she had been crying this entire time. We could have heard her, but as I walked up to the car she was just pretending to be sad. Kristen, if you bought a Sozo, why didn't you tell me? I could have hooked you up. So what'd you say?
I wasn't pretending sad.
You were sad?
No, I was not pretending.
You were not pretending.
I was willing.
She was reeling. She was reeling sad. Tell him, send stars! Tinley, tell him, send stars! Send stars. That's what she said, send stars. Fortunado.
I'll be right back.
Hey, he's strolling good.
Yeah.
Look how good he's moving. We're talking about a horse that's like just strolling along. No limp. Good job, Beba. Fantastic. He has not, unfortunately, Elizabeth didn't know, and when Brandon had been feeding down there, he didn't tell her Saturday night or at all on Sunday to give that horse Butte. So she didn't know, and it's a little bit my fault because I thought he had a chart down there like Jess did. He didn't. So he is doing this fantastic with basically not being on a lot of anti-inflammatories. So he got anti-inflammatories today, but not soon enough to really kick them back in. They were at dinner this evening, and we'll be back on the anti-inflammatories all week. But I am so grateful to see the amount of improvement this horse has made with minimal anti-inflammatories. That is huge. Like, that's how I feel. Like, that horse is going to make it. That horse is going to go home and freaking make it and he is freaking going to have a fantastic life. And he came here dragging a leg. Who here, send a love or a like or a heart if you were here for his original video when he literally drug his leg into my barn and they had told us his leg was broke. Who remembers Fortunado coming before he had a name and he was literally broken legged? And we were like, hee, hopefully it's not really broke. Yes, so many of you, so many of you. So to see a horse come here that they said the leg was shattered on, that he was like dragging it and he needed to go to slaughter or be euthanized, to a horse that just walked flat-footed a bit to the barn with no anti-inflammatories on board. He was like, I am just so grateful, not only for the ability that we have with the TheraPlate and the PMF machine and the Shockwave, my staff, our vet. There is a lot going on here. I mean, there's a lot going on that's life-changing here. So what my dream was in the beginning was to save one horse a month. Then it was like, man, I think I can do one a week. And then it was like, can we do one a day? And now last year we did thousands. We did thousands of horses in 1 year. So it's life-changing. It's mind-blowing. It's humbling. But of course, it's like having goals. Like, we've all heard NFR girls say, like, making the NFR or winning the world was great and bad, because at that point, like, once you get to the point that like you've accomplished a goal, you have to refigure your goals. And I think that's something that small minds don't understand. They're ignorant to that. They are very ignorant to the point of, once you have a dream and you accomplish it, you have to reevaluate that dream and you have to move forward. So with that being said, like, not only have we reevaluated what my dreams and my goals are, but we are forging forward.
I love you.
What, baby? I love you. I am making a video. So, we go through about 40 bells a week of round bells, and we go through roughly 100 square bells every 10 days. So that means we would be going through 10 square bells a day, and we go through about 40 round bells a week. So 40 round bells a week, and we'll just say 70 square bells a week and 40 round bells a week. So, but you guys need to pat Paula Champion on the back. She bought that horse knowing that he was not 100% and said, you know what? I'm going to fight for him. I'm going to put my money where my heart is, and I like this horse and I believe in him. And look at what my vet, my farrier, my vet actually did shoe him, so it was the same, but our therapy equipment and her belief. So my dream was to go to the NFR, and here I am, 35, loving senior horses and misfits. That's me. I am 35 years old. I probably have the feel and the ability that if I wanted to make the NFR, I could develop the horses to do it. I've proved in the past that I can win. People, for some reason, forget that. People forget that I trained racehorses and was the leading trainer at not one but two different tracks. It's okay. It's okay to be great at something and to still feel like your goal is to just change the lives of horses around you. The more I won at a competitive higher level, the more I realized that those were not my peers, because I didn't like the conversation around me. I didn't like the attitude around me. I didn't like the belittlement. I didn't like the small mindset. So it's okay for me to not feel like that's my peer group and to just create something outside of the realm. Like, I just created my own niche, my own avenue. So I did kill pen rehoming before anybody in the world did it. I was the first one to forge this path, like on social media. And then a lot of people have followed. But of course, as this has evolved, it's gotten bigger. And every year I reevaluate my goals. I reevaluate the things that are in my heart. So now I know that I have the ability to take the horses from the auction barns, and I know that I've got the clientele to rehome those horses and make a profit to keep this facility afloat. I can start to think outside of okay, this is what we do for a living. This is the monetary aspects of it. Now what I want to do is I want to start teaching preventative. I want to start teaching rehabilitation. I want to start teaching people how to care for these horses so that they stop ending up in sale barns with these injuries. Hang on, I want to show them. Here she toodles by. And that is her with no anti-inflammatories at this point. We're just trying to see where we're at, just with antibiotics, the wrap. She's doing fantastic. There's a lot of drama. So the girl that purchased her really wants for people to believe the narrative that I am a bad guy because she got hurt here. I had somebody tell me today, like, that my staff and I's negligence are what led to her injury. And at the end of the day, you can't say that. You can't blame people for accidents. Like, you can't blame somebody for negligence. She jumped a water tank, and whether she clipped the horse in front of her hoof or she clipped the water tank, Jess wasn't completely sure. It doesn't matter. Accidents happen. I have Rubbermaid water tanks, so they really shouldn't be a fault. There's just not a whole lot that I can say right now other than these things happen. Now, what I can say is that her owner doesn't want any responsibility for her. She does not want to pay any bills. She doesn't want to pay any board. It's just not how any of this works. So our entire year is going to be dedicated to not only salvaging the most amazing horses we can salvage. Don't get me wrong, Jacob's always going to buy great quality horses that don't need any rehabilitation, but we are going to focus on some horses that do need rehabilitation, some horses that do need us. We're not going to focus on buying horses just to euthanize them. That's never going to be something, I just don't believe in that. So, but this lady was like, Dunny is suffering at your hands while you try to fundraise for therapy that's never going to work because cartilage is not something that you can restore. That is untrue. Renovo and ProStride have both gone leaps and bounds above what used to just be the very basic IWrap technology. Hey, that horse that has the sheet on, if you'll tie him up and put the loops on him, and that's all,
You know what negligence is?
Negligence?
Negligence?
What?
It's that horse getting fucked up and me not doing this.
Negligence would be the horse standing on our property hurt and nobody giving a fuck about the horse.
Because I could be inside, but I'd much rather be doing this shit right now.
That's right. Negligence is. That's right. I agree. So accidents happen, and negligence is not an accident happening. Negligence is the steps that follow the accident. That's a great way to put that, Elizabeth. Way to be fucking intelligent.
I know. I didn't say the word right, but whatever.
Yeah, negligence. Negligence. The hood word for negligence is negligence. Negligence. Elizabeth is wearing her mask and just wearing gloves, doing everything she can to stay away from us, and I am taking everything in the world that I have. Glucosamine chondroitin is great to help cartilage that's already there to have better bounce, for lack of better words. But to actually restore the cartilage, you have to go in with a stem cell type property. ProStride comes from the horse's body. Renovo is something that is an exterior source, but both of them are fantastic. And there is a third source, IWrap, and I think there's one more on the market now. So, my problem is that people like this don't realize that there are these technologies out there. So horses, synovial fluid, Adequin and Legend and polyglycan are wonderful for synovial fluid. They help the joint to not only, so there's different types of technology. Renovo, because it's stem cell, has regrown bone, it has regrown cartilage, and it has recreated the joint capsule in a joint that had multiple joint lesions. So there are studies out there that are scientifically proven of what the amazing things that these technologies can do. So with Dunny is a $15,000 barrel horse who had an old calcium deposit that tore loose. And when it tore loose, it's under the meniscus. So it's causing some arthritic changes, and it's also causing the cartilage in that joint to wear thin because it is in a bad place. So what we've talked to Dr. Hannes about is potentially trying to remove the calcium deposit and to go back in and to do Renovo in the joint to rebuild the cartilage in the joint. This is a 6-month process. I am willing to put 6 months of board and rehabilitation in this horse. I just need financial help to be able to afford the therapies to do this. And for all of you who are going to donate money to his rehabilitation, that's between me and you. What I told this girl tonight is, you can unbuckle the back and just fold them in half and then just fold them back. They don't have to come completely off. Now, why I'm preaching about this tonight is because I know if one person's brave enough to say it, there might be 10 people thinking it. And if I can just educate one person enough to change their way of thinking, I've done enough for today. Now, when you tell somebody, I don't believe in what you're doing because I think this horse is suffering at your hands because he's standing in the stall suffering, and he's not going to be rehabable, and you're just prolonging the inevitable, which is him needing to be euthanized. First of all, we do have him on Equiox, and on Equiox, he is 100% sound. I could give that horse Equiox and haul him to a sell barn and sell him with videos of him running barrels, and someone would buy him for thousands of dollars. And that's basically what happened in the past. People masked the pain because he is still relatively sound with anti-inflammatories and arthritis support. So I don't want to do that. What I want to do is keep him on the Equiox so we can keep him comfortable, keep him on stall rest, start doing the therapies to get the body in the mode of regenerative restoration. And what we will do is very simple. We will start to do the therapies that are required for that leg to restore the cartilage. She said, and I quote, "There is no such thing as restoring cartilage once it's gone. You're a fucking liar and you're scamming people." Actually, if you look up ProStride or Renovo, you will see that there are multiple case studies out there where it actually redeveloped cartilage in a completely dry joint spacing. That is mind-blowing, but that's what stem cell does. So when you have these technologies available, regardless of cost, we need to start utilizing them to better the quality not only of this horse's life, but many horses that are going to get this therapy after we prove that it works. It's already been proven, but there are people that are just not going to believe it. So we have before x-rays. I have several vets giving me the green light, telling me they absolutely believe that this is rehabable, that have more knowledge with Renovo or ProStride than the vet I'm using. He has not used it a lot. It's not something he does on a regular basis. It's an expensive therapy. So I want my vet to also have that knowledge so he can help all of his other clients and better understand and further his knowledge. He said he's used it before. Now, does he use it frequently? No. But I have seen Renovo do amazing things for people that I know's performance horses. The problem is most people just assume that a sell barn horse isn't worth trying, not worth putting the $1,200 into to do this. Even if we have to do Renovo twice to get the desired results once and follow up and do it again, this is a horse that's $15,000. Everything that he knows, everything that he's been trained to do, he is capable of doing it at the highest levels. So what we need to do is to fight for him and try to get him back. And I told somebody, if we can get him 80% sound to where like he doesn't require anything, we can at least ensure that he can go to a trail home and live a life being a trail horse. He deserves that. But let's fast forward. If we can get him back performance sound, wonderful. That will be amazing. And then we can start to teach people that now that we have him back to performance sound, what are the steps that we're going to take as preventative maintenance to make sure that this horse never gets back into the condition he was when he came here. So I want to educate you guys not only on prevention, but if you find yourself in the position that you need rehabilitation, what can we do to get these horses back sound? If we can prevent people from dumping their horses in the sell barns to begin with, that's what we need to focus on. What can we teach people about teeth, about osteopath work, about gut? I mean, Ashton can testify if anybody, about ulcers. If you do not focus on a stomach, how quickly an animal can do a 180. Just be a good horse and head the other direction. And I preach all the time about gut check. Buy gut check. Give gut check every chance you get. Even if you buy the 32-ounce bottle, it's $99. Every time you groom your horse, give 10 cc's. Every time you ride your horse, give 20 cc's. Don't do that. I love you. Yeah? The werewolf? There's a werewolf. These people will never, ever apologize when they're proven wrong, but it's people like this that have the loudest opinions and the least amount of education that are the problem in the horse industry, because there are people in the horse industry with a lot of ego, and they will just basically argue to the death over things that there's no reward for. I finally asked this person, can you explain to me what reward there is for you for, one, sticking your nose in business that doesn't have anything to do with you? You are never, not even $1 going to donate to this horse's rehabilitation. So what dog do you have in this fight? I'm not asking you for money. I'm not personally calling you out expecting you to contribute to this. So what dog do you have in the fight of this horse's life? Like, you just woke up and decided I'm a piece of shit and this horse is suffering and fuck me, he needs euthanized, and now you're going to do everything you can to hurt my efforts? Because why? What reward is there for you for that? And then she said, well, people will start to see that when they donate money to you, that you don't use it in the places you say. And I said, that's between me and the people that donate. If they don't like the way that I use the funds that are gifted, the answer to that is to just never gift funds again. But considering that people that always give funds turn around and give again because they can see where their funds go, I don't really have that problem. But the problem with the internet is it allows people with a giant ego and a huge opinion to bark down the throat of people that literally didn't call for them. Like, nobody called for you. Nobody asked your opinion. Nobody gave two fucks what you think. But here you are inboxing me, and when I block you on one platform, going to my other platform, going from one page to my personal page so that you can send me notes this long, I don't care. You're a stranger to me. You are not donating $1 to Dunny's rehabilitation. You should not have an opinion. Well, I'm going to start inboxing people who do support you so they know. And I'm like, everybody that supports me is well aware that there are people like you out there with all the ego in the world, virtue signaling that you can do it better. And then she says, we've had a boarding facility, the lady I work for, so she's not even the owner of it. She is literally a staff member of a boarding facility. And we have not had a negligent injury ever. I said, me either. She said a horse kicking through a stall wall is one thing, but you allowing a horse to get hit in a paddock that should have been privately kept. So then she starts in on me about the paint mare. So again, having a giant egotistical power trip about how she's so much better than me and how I'm beneath her. So her entire opinion is just basically virtue signaling that she thinks she can do all of this better than me and I'm a dumbass. Well, okay, I'm a dumbass to you. What the fuck are you doing watching everything I do? I tend to not watch people that I think are dumbasses. I tend to avoid them and focus on what I'm doing fully. So that's how I feel about that. Let's peek around the corner. Did you know that he found a home? Oh, look at him just standing there all weight bearing and shit. Hi, look at you. Freezing? Oh, I started to say he's freezing and then I realized he has the loops on him. We can just throw that purple blanket over his magnets. Yeah, he's not freezing. He's bouncing. He's bumbling. Yeah, look at that hawk, man. Whew, that hawk has come down. That hawk was huge. But you can see where he had some major cellulitis, but look at that. You see that? That's where the fluid from this part of his leg is starting to drain. Is it already been back here this far?
Yes.
The loops are inside out, darling.
Oh.
It's okay.
Wondering why.
Yeah. They're like inside out and a little bit backwards. No, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's okay. Just hit the red button, turn it off. Yep, and then pull these through here. Nope, you don't have to do that, but what we do need to do is, yeah, pull them through here. I mean, it doesn't make a difference. It's just with the therapy I'm fixing to do, I need them to be right side out, if that makes any sense. I don't really know what the fuck they're trying to do here. All right. So, Elizabeth. Oh, is that your mom? Did you hang up?
No.
Take these loops like this and hold them around that hawk.
Like.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep. And then, like, hold it, like, sandwich that hawk in there. Yep. You got it.
No, buddy, don't do that.
That's okay. Yep. I'm trying to teach Elizabeth different. We're driving the Gauss into this area. And these big loops, you can come on this side and hold it just like this. And just stand a little bit back. And what we're trying to do is get that inflammation out of that hawk where he's got a lot of, see, touch the back of that hawk. See all this fluid right here? See right in here? In this jelly part, like where it feels like jello? Yeah. That's the inflammation from that lower limb trying to drain and his lymphatic system is backed up. So. She's cutting his legs off. Absolutely. And no offense, but I think Dunny could give two shits less. Dunny is like, I'm just living my best life. Elizabeth is fantastic. She just said she was down here doing therapy, and I wanted to make sure, not that I don't trust her to use the machine, but if she is going to do this in her spare time, it's important for her to know all the big tricks. Oh no, the negativity of other people doesn't bother me, but I also want to let you guys know how to handle situations like that. Like when somebody comes at you and has such a big opinion. Hi, beautiful. What about our little Frisian sport horse here? Our little spotted girl. She said, give me cookies. Give me cookies. Give me cookies. What are you doing, sir? He had an at-home haircut, you guys. Fuckers gave him an at-home haircut. He's so beautiful, but that haircut.
Yeah, I got my inhaler and my Z-Pack and 2 other medications back again.
The No Hit Bit, there are so many different options. That company, that's the name of the company, and they have LNS, it's for Lauren and Steven, and they have so many different options. Elizabeth, will you do me a favor when you go back to your house? Will you stop at my horse trailer, open the door, and make sure everything is in there? In the tack room?
Oh, we did open it.
He does have a Dumb and Dumber. He doesn't what?
He doesn't want to get brushed.
He's just body sore, I bet.
I went to brush him to try to just clean him up, and he went to bite the shit out of me. I was like...
Yeah, some of that stomach, I mean, there's a lot of things that play into that. But he's on gut check, and each day... each day, it'll get better. Dunny. I have several no-hit bits that I love. Several from that company. Man, he is just standing on that leg so good, though. Like from a horse that would not put it down. And tomorrow we'll change these wraps out and rewrap him.
Yeah, his boot kind of fell off. That one, I don't know if I put it on right.
That's okay. Yep, I saw it. There's just a big difference in my staff. Like, Jess and Elizabeth love the horses. And that's the way it needs to be.
I would take one to bed with me if I could.
Yeah, Elizabeth's like, can I get a pony that fits in the house? We're like, no. No. Look how, I don't care who you are. I think Dunny is a fantastic horse. And even if we can just get him to where he's sound enough that he can just be a fantastic trail horse and live a life.
I'll put it on backwards, huh?
It's okay. The boot? No, it's okay. Nope, it's fine. Yep, the boot is on fine. Mm-hmm. All right, you guys, I'm going to set up a fundraiser, and it's going to be for quite a bit, but if we can get it in 2 weeks achieved to the maximum, we have a lot of things that we can. Nuke's bangs do look like a mullet. Hi, Mama. We have to come up with a really good name for her. I told Jacob I was just going to put her in with my Frisian fillies, and he said you already did that with Pixie.
Yeah, the donkeys that we started calling them Fucker 1 and Fucker 2.
My donkeys?
No, the mules that we just...
The mules, Fucker 1 and Fucker 2. They're girls.
For real?
Yeah, they're girls.
Well, Fuckette 1 and Fuckette 2.
Fuckette 1 and Fuckette 2, yeah. I love it. Yeah, Elizabeth is fantastic. All right. Well, now that I know that you're good and not down here dying by yourself, I was like, I'm going out there. I don't know. I'm gonna make sure she's all right.
Yeah, after I got done refeeding and doing my barn, I was like, I don't want to.
Thank you. Yeah, Sassafras would be a cute name for her. Are you sassy? Yeah?
No, she's not sassy at all. She's not sassy in the slightest bit. That thing is such a sweetheart.
She is the sweetest
Jess
one.
don't like Frisians, and Jess said that thing was sweet as hell.
Yeah, she
That's
is
how
really
you
good.
know.
She is, so it's kind of weird because the fillies back there, and my Frisians out there, she's like born in the middle of them. Like they just came, they were born in 2020. So in June, they'll be 2. When all the little ones that are out there were born in August. The little Palomino filly has a little cough.
Is that what's coughing? This is trying to catch. I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, the little Palomino filly. All right, Elizabeth. I am fixing to take Tinley and grab food. Are you hungry? You just can't sit at our table.
Just if you want, before you leave, like 10 minutes prior to you leaving, call me and I'll go pick it up.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be nowhere near you or something like that.
You've already touched me tonight.
Did I really?
It's all right.
You want me to spray you off with Lysol?
I got it in the car. I've got Lysol in the car. Tinkerbell is super cute.
Tinkerbell is cute. That is really cute.
You guys, I'm in Chanel house shoes.
Fish house shoes.
I am literally in Chanel house shoes.
Look at yours and look at mine.
Yeah, I'm good. Mine have never been outside of my house. I just literally, when I tell you, I was like, oh shit, did she just say I'm going out there?
I think
He is. Yep, he got a mom today. A lady from Oklahoma called and was like, I will take him. She paid for all 4 boots he has on, the sheet and him. Mm-hmm. Yep.
What's her name?
I think her name is Tara also. And she works at a vet clinic. She works at a vet clinic in Oklahoma, and she's going to leave him here for 2 weeks. I told her that I would keep him for free for 2 weeks and do this.
Awesome.
And then she's going to take him home and let her vet. Yes, literally.
You know, it's crazy because, like, before I used to say, like, if it takes all my life to change one person's life, that I'd be happy. But it takes, like, 20 minutes to change multiple horses' lives.
Yeah. I tell people that. Like, when I started this, I remember I sold that horse, and I was like, if I could just do 1 a month. And then it was like, I think I can do 1 a week. And now if our average is not, like, 1 a day, I'm pretty, like, fucked up about it. I'm pretty fucked up about it if I can't do 1 a day.
Yeah, I'm really happy. Like, that paint, that's going to hurt my heart whenever that paint actually goes.
Chance? Or this one down? 722.
Chance is golden. I talk to his mom every day. He's good. He's straight. No, the one that's in the other barn, yeah, that because I'm watching the progress in that horse right now. You know, with cleaning her up and then bringing her up.
What's a shame though is her getting hurt is not negligence. It's just an accident.
Exactly. But, you know,
And we have not been negligent in her care from the moment I text that lady at 7:20 in the morning when it happened and told her, like, here's Jess's number. She's there right now. Let her know what you want to do.
Yeah. No,
Yeah. I mean, there's been no...
You know, seeing the progress with that one and all the shit that the lady's causing, you know? And then right now, like, seeing her able to walk from here to there. You know?
Yeah, with no problems, yeah. But you know what? She was having kind of front feet. Like when she bought her, in the video that she bought her, she was limping around in her front feet. And then she was like, well, the knee caused the lameness. And I'm like, no, if you go back and look at the video that I sold her on, she was sore in her front feet and had an abscess before she was sold. So the lameness didn't come from the knee. The lameness was there. That's why she was $750. No, she doesn't.
I'll keep the boss. I'll buy her off you.
You can't do that yet. After 30 days, if she has not paid her board bill, I can put a lien on her.
I'll fuck around and use my paycheck to buy her and give her a good home.
Elizabeth does love the horses. Too much. Too much.
Too much. No, real shit. This is why I got fired from Humane Society, because I kept trying to foster all the dogs.
I kept trying to foster all the dogs.
I was like, you don't euthanize them. He can come with me.
They were like, Elizabeth, didn't you take 14 last month? It's like that one. It's like, how many did you take? And you were like, 9. And I may have slightly overcommitted.
And they were like, you cannot foster.
You're not taking.
30 after.
Yeah.
After fostering one dog, you can't foster for another 30 days. And I was like, well, that's fucking bullshit.
You were like, I can take one every day.
Yeah, no shit.
All right, you guys, she's going to lead him down. Look at the hock. So you can see where the inflammation in the hock, it was all huge, where now it still has a point, but that fluid is at least trying to leave. The fluid is trying to leave the lower limb, and now it's just going up the leg. But the good news is it is traveling. The fluid is traveling. Would you like some Equiox, sir? A sweet Equiox for you. Okay. Would you like a little Equiox, sir? Let me put you a little pill in a pill popper. Hey, whoever sent us these pill popper treats, you're a freaking, yeah. Would you like a cookie? Would you like a little? He's like, here you go, sir. Yeah, that's nice. Num nums. Don't drop it. That's a very expensive cookie. That cookie is very expensive. I love that he's like, yep, hang on. Let's make sure he didn't drop his pill. Okay, just look for bright orange. Make sure that it didn't.
Is that it?
Nope, that's an oat. I think he got it.
He's straight.
Me too. Hold on, we'll try to give him, do we have any CBD cookies open?
Yes.
Where are they?
Right.
Under skeet.
Right there.
They're under skeet. My window is down, so I just keep checking on Tinley, and she's just in the back seat minding her own business, man. But I walk up to the car, and she'll like whine, like, and I'm like, little brat, the window's been down. We would know if you had been. Yeah. He ate the other one. Look at him. He's like, you have to force feed this to me. Elizabeth's like, put it in.
Oh.
All right, as you guys remember, he was absolutely non-weight bearing in the last video. He couldn't even stand on it. Now he was like, no, nope, he don't want it. It's okay. Yep. So he was non-weight bearing. So now he's weight bearing. While he's still not 100% sound, he is weight bearing, and as we can see, major progress. Oh, he's standing on the. That was cute. He was like standing on the bad leg. So we went from non-weight bearing at all to very slow. Elizabeth, yep. Just easy peasy. Go ahead. We went from non-weight bearing to now we will stand on the leg, and we are now walking on all 4 legs. This is a much improved big man. Much improved. Yep, I would lead him to the other end and back down, and then he can go in the stall. That way he is using it. The more he bends it and the more he does use it, Elizabeth, I know it's a little bit painful, but working it like that is going to get the circulation. It's going to, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be better off for him walking on it. But we went from non-weight bearing, would not put our weight on it at all. Good job, Elizabeth. All right. Okay, so we have some shit around here that's broken, but we are well on our way to fixing it.
Bob the fucking builder over here.
Bob the fucking builder. All right. Look at that. I mean, those are good steps. Those are good, solid, strong steps. Good job. Good job. All right, you guys. And look at Dunny. He's like, please don't put me to sleep. I really just need the Renovo. Look at him. He's like, I just need restorative therapy. Please do not kill me. Yeah, that walk is much better. Tomorrow we need to do something about all that hay in his stall. He just kind of scatters his hay everywhere. He's a hay scatterer. All right, you guys, I'm going to help Elizabeth and we are done for the night so you guys can really see the difference it's made. And we'll see y'all later. Bye, you guys.